Welcome to Doug Does Disney, where we discuss magic, music, and a lot of Mickey Mouse. I'm Douglas Ballard, and my wife and I are huge Disney people. And well, the way I'm going to start our very first real travel vlog is by talking about, travel. We went to Disney World from September 7th through September 11th. This past year. Now, we were supposed to go back in June, but as a lot of you know, the parks were closed due to COVID-19 pandemic. And so we ended up having to move some of our trip to September. And we are avid users of the DVC rental property, where we rent DVC points from other DVC members. And so that's how we did this trip. We rented points at the Saratoga Springs Deluxe Resort. A little bit more on that later. And what we're going to do together is we're going to kind of show you our adventures in Disney. And I hope you guys have a good time joining us. Just so you know, my wife and I are usually people who go to Disney World for a long time. We usually do a 10-day trip, and we try to spend as much time as we can down in Orlando at the Walt Disney World Resort as possible. We're also giant advocates for staying on property, and we understand very much that a lot of people need to save money and they like to stay at the good neighbor hotels that are nearby. We understand that completely. We don't begrudge anybody that. This is just kind of our take on how to go to Disney, and we're hoping to be able to just share it with you. So hopefully all of our information that we're sharing with you today is fun and factual, and you just kind of enjoy understanding why my wife and I love Disney World. So what this is sort of a vlog on each of the days that we were in Disney, and we're going to kind of insert it with like little snippets of rides and some of our takes while we were actually there and all kinds of stuff like that. So be prepared. So this is the first day, and the first thing I want to talk about that September 7th is leading up to it, we had an adventure and a half in just getting the travel arrangement set up. And it wasn't just because of COVID-19 pandemic, it was for all kinds of reasons. But I want to start off by saying that I am not going to be bad-mouthing anybody here, but I do have to talk about some negative things that kind of happened, but they were all solved with the greatest of customer service. So I want to make sure to talk about that. So it starts with the fact that my wife and I are hugely happy with flying Southwest Airlines anywhere it goes in this country. I fly there all the time whenever I travel for some of my business work and also for some of my leisurely travel. Every time I fly, I try to fly Southwest. I love them. They're great. And I want to make sure to say that. No, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm saying I love them. Except they really, really messed up our travel plans. We were supposed to leave on Tuesday, September 8th. And all of a sudden, we got this email saying that our trip was going to take, no joke, 6 hours, and we're going to fly from Philadelphia to Chicago to Nashville to Florida, and then on the way back, we're going to go Florida, New Orleans, somewhere strange. I want to say it was Knoxville to Philadelphia, and it was going to take 6 hours, and the flights are going to leave in the middle of the day. My wife and I are min-maxers when it comes to what we're doing here at Disney World. And that's a Dungeons and Dragons reference for those of you who don't know. And we try to maximize our time in the park. So we leave at like god-awful hours in the morning and return as late as possible. And we always try to go for the nonstop flights because my wife does not like flying. It's not one of her favorite things. She gets airsick really easily. I just want to make sure to point out that this was really strange for all of a sudden our flights to be changed. And we understand it was because they didn't have enough people on the planes and all kinds of stuff. We got that. And so when I contacted Southwest, I was like, hey, this flight change you gave me is messed up, because we had nonstop flights leaving early in the morning and coming back late at night. And they changed both of them to these 6, basically effectively cutting off 2 days of our travel. And I want to point out that Southwest customer service is amazing. I got in touch with a live human being. I was on the phone with them for maybe 10 minutes, full refund of our flights. They were like, hey, look, we don't have anything offered that's nonstop that does what you want it to do. And because we changed it, here's all your money back, every last dollar. amazing. Good on you, Southwest. That is how you keep customers. But we still had to get down there. So for the first time in a very, very long time, and I'll say the last time I flew them, I had a very negative experience, was JetBlue. They had exactly the flights we wanted. We were leaving Tuesday, coming back Friday. It was at the times we wanted and everything. The price was good. We realized we didn't really need to take that much luggage. So we weren't going to have to pay the extra luggage fees that you don't have to pay with Southwest. And we were fine with this. This is great. Got a great price on the flight. Then I got this email that said, hey, here's a change in your itinerary. And dumb me is looking at the itinerary going, what's different? I had to text Michelle and I sent her the image. And I was like, what do you see that's different? Couldn't figure it out. The flight number was the same. The departure time was the same. And then finally I realized it said Monday instead of Tuesday. I want to remind you that we only booked our hotel through the rental company, DVC Rental Company, for Tuesday through Friday. So we didn't have a hotel for Monday. And we were like, darn it, we're tired of being in the house. We want to go to Disney. They're doing everything right with this COVID-19 mitigation stuff. We got to go. We have to figure it out. And so I ended up booking one night in a Good Neighbor hotel. For the first time ever, I stayed in the Good Neighbor hotel. And I'm talking about it more in a future video, but we booked the Holiday Inn Disney Springs, which is 2,165 feet. Yeah, I'm remembering numbers because I'm weird. From Disney Springs. I was like, sold. We can walk. Michelle and I are fully functional adults. We can walk, no problem. So we had the one night, we booked it, and we flew down there on JetBlue. And I will tell you that the flight on JetBlue was awesome. I had amazing amounts of legroom. They were very, very careful with everything they did. They cared about the fact that people were very frightened in this pandemic to fly. They cared about the customer. JetBlue, you did a great job. If I'm ever not flying Southwest, you got my business. I was impressed. Michelle was also impressed. She was very pleased with the flight, and everything went on time. I think we left early, which was amazing. And even though that flight got moved to Monday, and it was like, okay, fine, we'll just make it work. And we made it work, and it still didn't. We still actually ended up not losing money on the situation because of the full refund from Southwest Airlines. So that was great. JetBlue was awesome. And when we get to Orlando, our main thing is, instead of taking the Magic Express, which I know a lot of people love, and it's a great way to get free from the airports, we just don't like having to deal with all that mess of, is my luggage going to make it, or we're going to do that. So we hired a town car from a company called Tiffany Towncar down there in Orlando. I'll put a link in the description down below. Again, not sponsored, just amazing. Ask for Eddie. He is the best driver ever. Whenever we use Tiffany Towncar to get wherever we're going in Disney, we always ask for Eddie. Eddie's always been amazing to us. And so I want to give a big shout out to him and Tiffany Towncar for their pickup and stuff. They're just great. So that's transportation down to the parks. Now let's get into the part you really want to hear about. So because of the park reservation system, our Monday, or September 7th, was set up so that we were only going to go to Disney Springs, because through the park reservation system, I reserved spots in the parks for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in different parks. And I'll go over those in future videos. But for Monday, we decided, hey, let's spend the day in Disney Springs. We have some friends who live in Orlando. Let's see if we can meet up with them and just have a really, really great time. And so we went to Disney Springs that day. And when we got there, we noticed that they were set up for all kinds of things, like long lines. And I'll tell you, the crowds weren't that bad. I mean, take a look at these pictures. I mean, they're you looking down the way, and we're there on Labor Day of all days, Labor Day, and you'd expect more people out, right? No, it wasn't bad at all. There was not really high crowds. Disney's really, really diligent on the mask wearing, so everybody, no one really needed to feel fearful there. And they're doing a really good job of social distancing entering stores and all that. And like the World of Disney store, of course, you have to take the obligatory World of Disney selfie. Duh. I mean, take a look. You have to have Stitch in the background. But the World of Disney store had this like queue to get in, and we didn't have to do the digital queue because there was also that option that was not available when we were there. But they did do this thing, and when you look at the line initially, you're like, "Oh my God, that must have taken forever." No, we literally got into the store within 5 minutes of getting into that line, and I mean that line, as you can see, is huge. And it wasn't bad at all. It seemed like it was going to be a big problem. It really wasn't. And we had a really great time shopping and looking around. And we had fantastic lunch at Chicken Guy. I got to tell you, Chicken Guy, Guy Fieri's store, just sells chicken fingers and fries, basically. You know, the obligatory joke about Disney World is that their quick service is chicken fingers and fries. But I'll tell you, Chicken Guy makes some great chicken fingers and fries. And the sauces, the sauce is so good. Guy Fieri knows how to make sauce. I mean, that's just the truth. And we got to have lunch with my good friend, Sammy Castillo. She's part of Castillo Studios. Check out her stuff. I'll also put a link down in the description down below. She's an amazing artist who lives in Orlando, who I went to high school with. And now she does professional comic art like that, does a lot of the Comic Cons throughout the country. Just fantastic artist. Check her out. We got to spend some time with her, and we ate lunch with her at Chicken Guy, and then we got to do the dinner that night at the Polite Pig. I'll tell you that, and there's a little bit of and I'll talk about it a little bit more later on in the video, where I actually am going to play some thoughts from Michelle and I from that actual evening. But I will tell you that Polite Pig, I liked the barbecue, but it was way too expensive for what you got. I mean, I'm expecting prices at Disney. Don't get me wrong. I know when I go to Disney, I'm going to pay for my food. But I shouldn't have to be paying for my food like I pay for my food at Polite Pig. It was way too expensive. I could have gone to like Famous Dave's up here for very similar barbecue and gotten a lot more for my money. So I just want to point out that Polite Pig, your food is amazing. It tastes great. You're charging way too much for it. I have to be honest. I did appreciate the beer flight. If I remember, it had golden ale from Lone Palm. That was a really nice crisp pilsner. And then there was the 5 Points IPA. Really liked it. Nice hoppiness, a good finish on it. The Red Drum Amber was exactly what you expected an amber to be. It had a good like kind of toasted taste to it. I really enjoyed that one. And then the Working Man Porter. I love dark beers. I love porters. That porter was also excellent. It was a good like session porter. You could sit down and drink a bunch of them, not feel like you had this heavy beer. So definitely liked that beer flight. So if you're going to get something at the Polite Pig, get the beer flight or their bourbon. They have an amazing bourbon selection. Oh my goodness. The selection of bourbon and whiskey that they have there is just great. Now I'm going to have Michelle and I give you in our own words on the night that we finished from our hotel room in the Holiday Inn Disney Springs. And I'm just going to let us take it away to finish out our final thoughts. So here they are. So we'll start from the beginning of the day. How about getting to Disney Springs, going through the health screening?
That was a breeze. There's no line. It was, I don't know, it took like 2 seconds and it was over. Super easy.
Yeah.
That's something I was stressing over because, I don't know, I get overheated really easily, so we'll see how it works out moving forward. But
yeah, I will tell you that the health screening really is easy. You just, you're there and you walk away and they put a thing up to your head and they like, thank you, have a nice day, nice to see you. It was cool. Health screening was really easy.
What was your favorite part of going to Disney Springs today?
I think it's probably always the World of Disney Store. I just love going there, even though I didn't buy much today. And also the Dole Whip nachos. Finally got them.
You finally got the Dole Whip nachos. Where do you find the Dole Whip nachos at? For people who don't know.
Is it called Marketplace Snacks? Across from the co-op. That's all they sell there is Dole Whip stuff and drinks. Definitely worth it.
So you bought one of the new Halloween masks. What do you think of the new Halloween mask?
I think they mostly live up to the hype. The material is comfortable and breathable as far as masks go. Pretty good, and they're just $6. So definitely not Disney prices on the masks. So I appreciate that. They're not overinflated.
How about the day in general? What'd you do? What'd you enjoy?
Enjoyed having time to just slow down, check out all the stores we wanted to, catching up with some friends.
All right, so talk about Chicken Guy.
It's surprisingly good fried chicken, fast food. Fast food's not usually my thing. Fried chicken can be less than impressive to me in a fast food environment, but they're just really good, and they have lots of sauce options that are even acceptable to the picky eater here.
What sauce did you get?
Blue cheese and this is spicy ranch, right?
Chipotle ranch.
Chipotle ranch, that's it.
Okay.
I almost got buffalo, that's why I forgot.
So honest opinions. Honest opinions. I already mentioned that you might not have a positive opinion. Honest opinions on polite pig.
I like most of the sides. I thought most of the meats were over salted. Less than spectacular, but it was okay.
What about the macaroni and cheese?
The mac and cheese was really good. I could have just eaten that for dinner and it'd been okay.
How about your drink? What'd you get?
It was a vodka lemonade. That was pretty good. I'd get one of those again. And the mac and cheese if we went back.
All right. Thoughts on the Holiday Inn Disney Springs here?
It's surprisingly nice. Holiday Inn is usually a nice hotel, at least decent. But the customer service here has been incredible, from us being able to check in early, getting an unexpected room upgrade, and then things that we forgot that they had available at the front desk. They've been really nice.
You ready to go to sleep now?
Yep.
All right. Mwah.
Well, greetings from the Holiday Inn Disney Springs. This is for me, it's the end of our first day here in Disney. So we got to the Disney Holiday Inn Disney Springs. They upgraded us. Welcome to COVID times when no one's in the hotels. And they upgraded us to a king-size room overlooking the pool. We had just like the basic room. We get to Disney Springs and we walk around, and barely any lines when we first got there in the morning. It did get more crowded going on. I'm sure and so I'm gonna put some footage in and kind of talk about it as we go through here. So it did get a little more crowded going on. We saw some pretty cool things, and saw some great new merchandise. And Michelle got the new mask that has the Halloween mask. It's like the sport wicking material. She said she really liked it a lot better than the mask that she had, which is great. So I picked up the Haunted Mansion mask. It was really kind of cool. And one of the things that so that was, I just tried that on earlier, and that's actually really nice. The fabric's soft and the large fits my face. It's a little on the small side, but it's not too bad. I definitely enjoyed it. My couple observations about Disney Springs is that despite the announcement, like every 15 minutes, please wear your face mask, please make sure it's covering your nose, please stay stationary while you eat. There's a lot of people who don't get it, and they're not following the rules. Now, this isn't about whether or not you should or shouldn't be wearing a mask. I'm not getting into that debate. But if the rules are in place, the rules are meant to be followed. Follow the rules, or they're not going to let us keep having nice things. Okay? Like, I don't care if you agree with it or not. Follow the rules. If you don't want to follow the rules, don't go to Disney. Saw some really cool things. Saw the Amphicar with a sunset behind it. I'll insert that right here. Isn't that cool? That's beautiful. Look at that sunset right behind the Amphicar. And they I like how they interacted with us at the end. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. All in all, it was a really, really good day. It was nice to see my friend Samantha. It was nice to see my friend Amanda and hang out with them. And Steve, Amanda's husband, he was really cool. We've met them a couple times down here, and it's awesome. Had a good day. The last thing I want to talk about is this hotel. So we're staying here in the Holiday Inn Disney Springs, 2,465 feet from Disney Springs, literally a half mile. And we walked here, and the walk isn't bad. And tomorrow we're going to be walking to Saratoga Springs to drop off our stuff before heading over to Epcot for our day one. It's not too late at night, but I've been up since 5 and I didn't sleep very long. And yeah, I'm going to bed. So there you have it, folks. That's my day one vlog on our time in Disney Springs. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hey, if you could, hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you hit that notification bell, that would be awesome. I'm really trying to build this channel into something. So, hey, anything you can do to help would be great. And because I don't like to say goodbye, because I know I'm going to see you real soon. See you, bye.
Thank you.